back to my channel. My name's Kathleen, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about common mistakes I see women make with their makeup. And these are pretty much simple things that you can change like today, and actually it will enhance the way that you look. So anyway, if that interests you, stay tuned. Okay, so like I said in my intro, in today's video I want to talk to you about some common things that I see women do. So I'm first going to pull my hair back. So a couple of these things are, most of these things are kind of like makeup things, but I have one at the end that's going to be about, or actually two at the end that's about hair that I see women do that, you know, really could improve the way that they look. And they're not drastic things. I don't like really anything drastic. So anyway, let me get started. So number one I see people do, women do, is like if you look at me right now, I have eyebrows, right? Obviously I have eyebrows, and women think, oh, I have eyebrows, so I don't need to pencil them in. Well, that's not the case. Like, it fades, you know, even on younger women, when we pencil in their eyebrows, it just makes the eyes pop so much more. And the eyebrows actually frame the face, so that really does make the face pop a little bit more. And that being said, like, you don't want to overdo your brows. You just really want to kind of follow the same shape as your brows. Maybe if you're over tweezed it and you need to bring it over a little bit more, you should do that, and then just really enhance the way that they look. So what I'm going to do right now is I just have moisturizer on my skin. I washed my face and used sunblock this morning. I have moisturizer, my regular skincare. And I'm going to go in with this Benefit, this number 3 pencil. And I'm going to go in, and this is like a taupe color. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to outline my brows. So you'll be able to see right away how this just makes my eye, my face, everything, just makes my features pop. Now you can use whatever technique that you like. If you like a pomade and you like to do it with an angle brush, which I do sometimes, that's great too. I think the key thing is when you're doing a pomade is to get a nice stiff angle brush, one that's not going to bend too much. A lot of them, if you look at them, they have different textures on them. Some of them are really soft, some of them are a little bit harder. Go with one that's a little bit harder, because then you'll get more of a precision brow that you're looking for. And then if you feel like it's too precise, then you can always go in with like a powder over the top of it and kind of soften it up a little bit. So you can see on this side, really I have like no brows whatsoever. So I do have an old microblading on there. So I'm really kind of just going in there and enhancing it. So I see women that come in, they have a lot of gray in their brows, and they just kind of, they think, well, I have brows, I'm old, I should just leave it there. But the minute that we go in and we do a little bit of powder or penciling or pomade, and like it just makes their eyes pop, and they're usually like, oh wow, that's shocking, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of practicing and doing it so that, you know what I mean, you're comfortable doing it and that you don't overdo it, because I think that that's a common thing where women go in and they say like they have brown hair, so they go in and they get like a brown eyeliner, a brown brow pencil. You really should start off, and you can't go wrong with taupe, and then get a darker color if you need to like enhance like the arch a little bit. But I wouldn't start off with like a really dark color. I mean, my hair color is like a level 5, which is like, you know, a medium brown, and I always use a taupe on mine, and I don't find, and my hair is dyed blonde, but I find like the taupe is the safest thing that you can do, and then go in afterwards and enhance the brow a little bit with the darker color. So I apologize if this video is going to be a little long, but I really want to get some, you know, my view, I guess, across, and just help as many people as possible who are afraid of doing these things or don't really know where to start. The best place to start is start with your eyebrows and see if you like that. And then if you find that, oh God, I feel like it's too dark, just use a lighter pencil and then try doing it. And then I bring the brow like right there, I stop it, I bring it out, I don't bring it down. Like, you don't want to do it downturned on your eye, you want to kind of bring it out this way, because otherwise you'll be like dragging that eye down. Let me show you here, like if I do this side, if I bring it down like this, Like I see women go down here with it. And you can see how that just kind of brings the eye down. It looks too heavy. So, I don't know if you can see it from the side there. Like that's too much going down. You really want to kind of go out this way. Okay. Okay, so next I'm going to go in and I am going to, so I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup so you can kind of see the transformation as it goes along. I'm going to be using the MAC Painterly. This is my eye base. This is my go-to eye base. I love this. I'm going to just take my finger and go in there, and then I find this one is, it's like a skin tone. Well, they have so many different colors, but Painterly works really good on my skin tone, which I'm like a fair to medium type skin tone. I would say I'm like between a level 3 and 4, like maybe closer to a 4 in the summertime, but for the most part, I'm in a lower part of a 3. So depending on whether I'm tan or not. All right, next I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna do my, eyeshadow real quick. And then I'm gonna move on to the next thing that I see. I find that if women just did this, it would, I see the transformation all the time when women come in, and for those of you who don't know, I have a bridal hair and makeup company. And I see women come in, never ever wear makeup, ever, right? And and they're like, please don't overdo it. That's the number one thing that I get. Like, they don't wanna look overdone. They wanna feel comfortable in their own skin. So, but just by doing these little things like that, like really just enhances the way that they look. And they're like, wow, you know what I mean? But they feel overwhelmed that they don't think that they can do that every day. But it's not that difficult. I mean, it's a few minutes, and it's about just adding it into your routine. I don't know why I can't get that thing. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the MAC, this eyeshadow palette that I have. And I'm gonna go in with just like a good crease color, like a neutral skin tone crease color, and go in and just kind of brighten up my eye a little bit. And I'm gonna go back and forth with like these windshield wiper movements, and then I kind of just make circles to blend it in. So eyeshadow isn't necessarily one of the most important things, but if you're looking to make your eyes pop a little bit more, don't use anything. Personally, I don't like anything that's too dark on my eyes. So my goal is just to kind of bring back like more of a youthful type look. I mean, I'm 63, so I know I'm not going to be, I don't want to look 20, but I just want to kind of don't look like I'm dead. So I'm going around, I'm going windshield wiper movements back and forth. I'm using this Wayne Goss brush. I forget which one this is, the number 16. Okay, and I'm gonna go back and forth here and just add a little bit more. And you can see I'm just making like these circular motions. And next I'm gonna go in and I am going to, hold on a second, I don't want that one. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna spray the end of this Wayne Goss brush and the number 9. I'm gonna spray it with this Fix Plus. That's like a staple in my kit. You can use it as a face primer. You can also use it as a setting spray at the end. It just kind of meshes in all of the makeup, or whatever you have on. It just kind of like sets it and kind of like, just kind of meshes it all together. So it doesn't look like it's laying on the surface of your skin. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and forth and just use this one. This, I believe, is All That Glitter by MAC. I love this color. You can see it just adds a little shine there on the lid. I love MAC eyeshadows. I always have. I see a difference when I use these as opposed to other eyeshadows. So you can see that's just very lightly. I'm going to go back in with that original brush that I used and just kind of blend it in a little bit so it doesn't, again, it's all about blending so it doesn't look like it's just laying there. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to go in, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Pore Putty. You can see it's like a putty. It fills in any, hydrates the skin. It's a primer. It just kind of fills in any of those pores that you have. Like here on my nose, I have pores, and then on my cheeks, and then I also have it on my chin. And then I have it here on my forehead. I'm just gonna go in. Now I don't bring it all over my face. I just feel like it gets to be too much. Because at the end I'm gonna be using a setting spray. Okay, so next I see women do, something else I see women do is that they don't wear a foundation. And I get it, like I hated wearing a foundation too. But I can tell you one of the number one things that ages you is not the sagginess, it's not the fine lines, it is the dark spots and the discoloration on your skin that makes you look older and tired. So if you can find a foundation, and a lot of the foundations now are just so friendly to your skin. They have, you know, there's a lot of skincare in there. They're very hydrating. They're very lightweight. And if you're just like a super lightweight one, just go and get a serum type foundation. I can leave a few of the ones that I like best in the description box below. And just go in there and just kind of take your fingers and put it all over your face. If you feel like it got too heavy, take a sponge and just kind of dab that all over and it'll kind of blend into your skin. But you can see, like, if you have a lot of sun damage and age spots, it's just gonna take that away or kind of tone it down a little bit so that you don't look as old and tired. So today I'm gonna be using this one by Estee Lauder. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. I don't know why I always get that wrong when I wanna say it. I love this foundation, and you can see what a good match it is. It's like 100% match for my skin tone. This is in the color Pebble. And I go around and I kind of do like circular motions. I don't like it when it gets too heavy or sticky looking. Okay. I mean, e.l.f. just came out. If you are looking for a new foundation that's, you know, age appropriate, that's not too heavy. It has like a medium coverage. e.l.f. came out with one. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but everybody's raving about it because it kind of gives like a healthy glow to the skin. And that is my goal too. It's just to kind of make my skin look, you know, I don't know, just a little bit healthier. Okay. So you can see the difference. Like, that's not a heavy application of foundation, but, you know, I don't look, the discoloration is gone and it doesn't look too heavy. You know, it has a nice finish to it. And the color match is perfect for my skin tone anyway. Like I said, this is in the shade Pebble. And you can go up to the Estee Lauder counter and they will be more than happy to give you color patch. No, they'll patch test you too if you have any allergies, but they'll also match up a color that's going to be 100% to your color match. And then, you know, if you're not 100% sure yet if you're going to like it, ask for a sample. They're more than willing to give you a sample of their foundations and try it out. And I find that that's better to do it that way, because rather than spending, you know, 50, 60 bucks or 40 bucks on a foundation like that, no, you're not going to like, it's going to sit in your drawer, it's kind of useless. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit on my face right now. Next I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you, I'm going to use an eyeliner on my eyes. And one of the things I see women do who do wear makeup, right? So we have women who don't wear makeup, and if they potentially used a little bit of makeup, they could just make their faces brighten up. But then there's women my age who I see who use way too much makeup, in my opinion. I mean, if they're happy with the way they look, that's all that matters. But it just, I feel it just like makes it look heavy and just too hard looking for women of my age. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use, oops, what did I do with it? Here we go. So this is a shimmering gunmetal. It's a very, I like it because it's not too dark, but yet it does make the eyes pop. And then I can show you with one that looks like that's pure black that I see women do that I think ages them. So I'm gonna go in, I'm going to go in under my waterline right here. Maybe I can bring this in a little closer. That's going right up against that lash line and the waterline. And you can see already how that just kind of intensifies the eye a little bit. And then what I'll do over the top of it is go very gently right on that lash line. And kind of tap it along there, because what I'm going to do is blend it out. I should say smudge it out. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to smudge that out ever so gently on there so it doesn't look too hard looking, but yet makes the eye pop. So now, this is what I see women do, that I think it's just like too hardening, is they go in with like a black eyeliner like this, and they go in and and I love, like, you know, I don't know, like it looks really nice on people who are younger, like it looks great, but there's a certain point where it doesn't work well. So anyway, they go in and they do way too much and it's too hard looking. I mean, if you want to use black and the waterline underneath here, that's fine, because that's just going to intensify those lashes a little bit more. But the moment that you go way up here and you start making that line heavy and dark, then they come down and they go across here. And you can see that that just makes the eye look so much harder looking, right? And then if they smudge it out a little bit, now, if you like this look, that's great. To me, it just looks like it's too hard and heavy looking. And I find that it just really does, it just adds years on. It just shows up every wrinkle. It shows up that the eyes look tired and heavy. Okay, next I see women do is when they put their blush on, they put their blush on in the wrong place. And it kind of just like makes them look like hard and ruddy looking. So what they do is they'll go in and years ago we used to put our blushes on our cheek, but we don't do that anymore now. I'll take this blush and I'll go in and they take it and they go right here with their blush. Which when you're looking at it like this, it doesn't look horrible, but when it's done the right way, you can see how it just kind of makes your face look a little bit more youthful. So you can see here, like I have the nasal labial folds coming down here, and it just kind of weighs that down. It makes it look like it's so heavy and just like drawing my face down. So if I come over here and if I bring the blush up here, you can see how that just kind of lifts it up. As opposed to this side. You know, I mean, like it just looks so much softer and just more flattering. And I am more or less a natural makeup wearer. I don't really like a lot of heavy makeup on myself. Okay, and then next, one of the other things that I see women do is they don't curl their lashes. And curling your lashes, like especially if you have straight lashes, like I have a lot of curls in my lashes so they kind of lift up. But if you have straight lashes that are coming out, it's gonna just pull it down. Whereas if you take a lash curler, I have to go in with this and do it, and go in. And this one is from Surat Beauty, and it's very lightweight. So you're not gonna see, like I said, I have a lot of curl in my lashes. I have very curly hair, so my lashes are curly. So if your hair's straight, like if you go in there with a lash curler and just kind of lift that up. And then just make sure you get those corner pieces in, because you wanna lift it up at the corner of your lashes here. Especially if you're, you know, if your lashes are coming down or going in. Sometimes when women are sleeping, when we sleep on our side, you'll be able to tell. Like I can tell which side people sleep on, the way that their lashes are bent. You know, I'm like, oh, do you sleep on your right side? And they're like, yeah, you know, because your lashes are going in this way. Whereas the other side, they're kind of fanned out. So then I'll go in, I'll take, and I'm using, I love this mascara. It's the Lash Curling Mascara from Trish McAvoy, and it's in Jet Black. And I'll go in, and I like the brush on it. Can you see that brush? It's just like your typical mascara brush. It's nothing too crazy, it's not too thick. And go in and then a lot of times I see women too is they forget to do mascara on the last part of your lashes. And like, just take a look. When I go in and tend to go in, I'll take, I want to get this. I'll take my mascara one and kind of go brushing them in to get them coated with mascara, because it's kind of hard to bring it out this way where you're not going to get mascara all over you. But go in there and like get the mascara on the lashes, and then take your brush and kind of pull it out. So it lifts the corner of those lashes out. And more women are getting away from like, so you can see like how that just kind of pulls that out and opens it up that way. And then I'm gonna go over here and do this lash here on this side. And then if you feel like your lashes have gotten too clumpy, they have, you know, just grab a package of mascara wands and just kind of brush it out, so it looks as natural as possible. These are great. They're so cheap too, and they're great to have around. Especially if you feel like your lashes got too stuck together or got too much mascara on them. Yeah, just get like these environment-friendly mascara wands. Okay. All right, let me go in the other side and do the other lash. Okay, so let me show you what the other side looks like when you don't use mascara on the outer part of your lash. Or people do like, they'll catch the last part of their lash, but they bring it in this way. It's instead of bringing it out, and they wear, I just feel it's like too heavy of mascara application. And I love a good lifting mascara. Okay, so you can see how this one kind of pulls it out, this one kind of pulls it up. I look harder on this side. All right, so let's get into some of the things I see women do with their hair. And I was guilty of this myself too. So I'm not, you know, I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just like, I see the difference. I saw the difference in myself. As we get older, we want to leave our hair long, but we see like we have all these lines, and you know, our forehead has lines, and we want to cover it up. So we go ahead and we cut bangs that are like hard and short across the top, and it just kind of accentuates the center part of the face and doesn't kind of soften the hair up. And I know for me, I had like wispy bangs, like for the like short wispy bangs for the longest time. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to cover up the lines on my forehead. So when I let my bangs grow out, right? So I had short bangs and the back was long. So I had this hair back here that was hanging down, and I had short bangs here. And the hair back here really doesn't do anything for us, as it doesn't do anything for anybody really, as I mean, it's beautiful to look at from the back, but it doesn't do anything for the front of your face. So the moment that you let those bangs grow out and bring the back up shorter, right? Like that's why the lobs and the bobs are so popular, because it just kind of softens up the front of that face, and then that longer hair, especially like in here where the hair goes, you know, gets shorter, like we just look like our forehead is receding, and it just looks very aging in my opinion. So I find like letting the bangs grow out, like you still like a bang that's kind of wispy, like just keep it longer and softer, and then cut that back shorter and bring it up towards the front so that you frame the front of your face. That's why I leave my hair long here, because I just feel like it hides my neck, it hides my jowls. It's just like, it's more flattering for the way that I look. So I think women think as they get older, like they should cut their hair shorter because it's just the thing to do. And they're like, you know, my mother did it, I think I should do it type thing. But I find that like letting the hair grow out a little bit more and just letting it grow down, I have more to work with when I'm actually doing the women for wedding parties. Like I can actually, you know, style the front of the hair and give it a little bit more drama if you have some place to go. When your hair's short up there, like you can't really do too much with it. But if you let it grow, like just as long as this front piece is long, like we can do so much more with, you know, changing the way that your hair looks for like a special event. And then let's see, lastly, and believe me. So anyway, if you're gaining any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and I hopefully will see you in my next video. And I'm gonna bring the camera out a little bit more for this. No, that's bringing it in, we gotta go out. Is that they have a lot of gray growing through, and they're like due for their touch up in like 2 weeks, and they leave that center gray thing going down the middle. Which I did too. But the minute that we go in, and I like this product here, Magic Root Cover Up by L'Oreal. This is in the color, what color is this? Dark blonde. And I go in, especially because my hair is thinning. I don't know, I shared in a video not too long ago about how my hair is, like I was having some stuff came back on my blood work, and it turns out that I wasn't getting enough, you know, minerals in my diet. So anyway, it's affecting my hair. Plus I had thyroid issues. So anyway, we do have a tendency to thin here, right? And then on top of it, we have gray growing through. So it looks like we're going bald, right? And I shared in my one video that I was pulling my grandsons out of the bathtub. They're 4 years old. And James looks at me and goes, Mimi, you're going bald. And I was like, what? You know what I mean? It was one of those days where I had no makeup on, didn't do my hair or anything. So, you know, and believe me, I have plenty of those days. But if you're looking to spruce things up, these are some of the things you can do to kind of liven you up a little bit. So anyway, so I take this Root Touch Up. You know what? I don't want to spray this all over. So I take this Root Touch Up, and I'm going to look over here in this mirror. And I go right down the center of my head. Right down the center. And that just kind of, see how that just kind of darkened up that root area, and my part doesn't look as accentuated, and it just kind of like filled in like any sparse areas up there. So this is a great thing to have around. I buy these, like maybe it lasts me 4 or 6 months. I only do it right down the center of my part. And if I'm pulling my hair back and I get a piece here, I put a little tiny bit. Or another trick that you can do is just use some darker eyeshadow. If you have like a eyeshadow that matches your hair color, like, let's see, I would use like maybe this one here. This is like a taupey brown color, and take your brush and go in there and just kind of go in there, and I'm trying to see if I can see my white spot there. And just go in there and darken that up around the front of your hair. Right? Especially if you're wearing your hair back there. And go in there and just kind of dab. And this is just using like a medium brown eyeshadow and go in there if you don't want to go out and purchase anything, because that's really all it is when you're out purchasing those things. And it'll just kind of touch up those grays. And comment below and let me know what you thought about the biggest change that you thought made the biggest change in what I did today, whether it was the eyebrows, the foundation, the eyeliner, or the short bangs and the root spray. And kind of just share with everybody what you find that was the most not life-changing, but most profound change in the way that people look. So anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, I forgot to do my lips. I'm gonna use, sorry, getting distracted. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury. Because we do need lip. Especially because I have foundation on my lip, and that will make it look tired. So I use the Charlotte Tilbury and Pillow Talk in the number 1. Just kind of outline my lip. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this e.l.f. lip oil, which I love. And I feel like these feel great. These are a dupe for the Dior lip oils. They're like $7 or $8 on the e.l.f. They do have them at Ulta, but they also have them on the e.l.f. website. And if you're looking for more budget-friendly, you know, options to makeup and stuff, you know what I didn't do is I didn't do my concealer underneath. So anyway, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use this Instant Eye Lift by Trish McEvoy. And I think I'm just gonna use this. I'm not gonna use a concealer. And this is like a concealer. You can see that it has like this. Let me show you on here. Big, can you see that? Like, it's like very much like a skin tone. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take my Sonia G brush, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna kinda, this is very lightweight too. So again, anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.